Uh, good evening, Srinivas sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Ronnie.
Okay, sir. Sir, now you are panelist, so you can share your video and your screen also. So the plan is that first few student will present the case study, then we'll request you to share your experience.
Okay. Okay, can see my screens. Okay. And let me see, can share is allow to share content. You can, okay.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Rofin. How are you?
All well, sir. How are you, sir?
Good, good, good.
Great, sir. So, welcome to the last session, sir.
hmm
Mhm.
Well,
Yes.
I'm going to be in a listening mode, I assume.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, we have planned the session for today, sir. Initially, there will be presentations on the solutions of the case study by three groups. The first one will be the finance group, second will be the marketing group, and the third will be the operations group.
Very nice.
So the representatives from each of the groups will be presenting their solutions respectively. After the case study presentations, we have one experience sharing session by one of the participants, Mr. Srinivas. Then we'll have a short break. Then we will enter into the valedictory ceremonies. That is
Very nice.
yes, sir. Ah,
Very good.
yes, sir. So we should be able to start in another 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah.
No problem.
So, David sir, can we start?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. So, dear participants, welcome to the last session. So today the agenda is very simple. Initially, we will have the case study presentations by three groups. First, we will have the presentation by the finance group. Mr. Utsav Soni will be presenting on behalf of the finance group. After that, we will have the presentations by marketing group, and Mr. Ayan Sharma will be presenting on behalf of the marketing group. And finally, we will have the presentation by operations group by Mr. Mahin Bir Singh. So this is the agenda for the first part, and after that we will have a experience sharing session by Mr. Srinivas. So once again, welcome to the last session. Yeah, thank you. So let us start with the presentation by Mr. Utsav Soni. So he will be made the presenter really soon. Yeah, Utsav, I hope I am audible to you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, great. You are also audible. Now you have been made the presenter, so you can commence. Yes.
Uh, can you see my screen, sir?
Yes, yes, we can. We can.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So I'll start my presentation. So good evening, everyone, and good morning to Professor David. Hi, everyone. We are the team FinTech Maverick, and we are from the finance domain. And as part of the competition, our problem statement is to from the given transcript of the financial earning call, we have to distinguish the answers and non-answers from that. So let me start with the introduction of my team members. Myself, Uttar Soni. We are total four team consisting of the four team members: Syed Sabuddin, Siddesh Sharma, and Nitin Ji. Yeah. So the earning calls impacts measure of the financial decision, and many corporate executives use different corporate jargon, so their answers may look complete, but ultimately they are not correct answers. And whatever the data analyst wants to get insight from that, so that part analyst could not do properly. So as a part of the solution, we have fine-tuned the GPT-2 module to distinguish the answers and non-answers from the transcript. So this is the basic introduction about our solution. So we have made a complete end-to-end pipeline, starting from the user input to the backend tracking. So let me move towards the solution approach that we have followed. So this is the solution approach we have followed. So starting from the data preparation, so in each and every LLM related use case, we first need a concrete data to build and train the model. So we got a data set as a part of testing from the email from the IIM team, but that was not sufficient. So we have decided to generate synthetic data on top of that. So we have ultimately like 1,740 something kind of examples, and once the data is prepared, we directly jumped onto the fine tuning of the GPT-2 model. So after the fine tuning of the GPT-2 model, it is difficult to store that fine-tuned model in local. So we have uploaded that fine-tuned model on the Hugging Face cloud, and while using it in the UI interface, we are calling it from the Hugging Face. So during the fine tuning of the model, we have considered four matrices. It's from it's like accuracy, recall, precision, and F1 score. So that is the second block here. So the third block, as I've told, that we are calling it from the Hugging Face, and we have used Streamlit as a UI application. So the task of the GPT-2 module is to just distinguish the text, whether that is answer or not non-answer. So ultimately, that will make our system faster. And for the justification of that particular decision by GPT-2 model, we have used the Llama 3.1 model. We are using it from the Grok API. So it is providing a fast inference of any prompt of what we are providing to the Grok. So we have used Llama 3.1 as part of the reasoning model. And as a part of classification model, we have our custom fine-tuned GPT-2 model. So all these things we have integrated in the web interface, and we have deployed a backend tracking through Langsmith. So whatever the solutions or whatever the user queries are inserting into that, we are getting that back into the Langsmith. Later on, we'll see how these things work together. So as I told that the data set was initially imbalanced. So we have used synthetic data generation. We have done the labeling of the answers and non-answers. So using Python, we have done that most of the time. Like we have used Hugging Face, Streamlit, and LangChain libraries for Python programming. And in terms of NLP, we have used PyTorch. We have total 1,740 examples prepared, and out of that, 903 samples are answers and 834 samples are non-answers. So it is mostly a balanced data set we have tried to manage while fine-tuning the model. So this is the a part of the pre-processing of the data. So as we can see that we have done the classification of answers and non-answers on the basis of zeros and ones. So here is the code. We have used lambda function of the Python to do that part. Also, we have done the train and test split. So as in general, we have done 80% of train and 20% in the test split. And we have used the GPT-2 tokenizer, the same model on which we are fine tuning. So that will not cause the data model error or something, the database related error. So for that, we have kept the tokenized text of the data using GPT-2 model. So this is the total system architecture, the whatever we have designed, how the flow of the application should work. So once we have the transcript in text file, or suppose we have few lines of the text, so we have to insert that in a Streamlit UI. So once we enter in the Streamlit UI, we have attached the classification GPT-2 model from the Hugging Face. So that will ultimately integrated with the UI. And we have also done the connection with the Langsmith backend. So at this point of time, we are having access to three different parts: the reasoning model, the classification model, and the backend tracking. Once we are ready with the user input, that will basically classify GPT-2 model first come into the picture and classify the text as answers and non-answers. After that, will that part go to the reasoning model where we have Llama 3.18b model from the Grok API we are using it, and that will do the reasoning part of the model. And once we have the outcome, so that basically we have in a tabular form in the Langford dataset. So in future, if we want to apply the active learning to these models, so we can use that ready-made dataset. We don't have to prepare the new dataset again. So this is the fine tuning code. Here we can see that we have used GPT-2 model, and the main core things that we have used to compute the matrices is from the Hugging Face library. We have used accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 matrices. So this is the train code where we have done the tokenizing of the train and test dataset. We have trained the model on the three epochs as we have a computational limitation. So we have done three epochs only. And as a part of we have a single batch, so we trained batch on batch equal to 1. And here is the evaluation code. So all the models of after each epoch, we have the answers various based on accuracy, precision, recall, and F1. So this is the data how looks after the training. So we have details of the each epoch after how the accuracy is increasing, with the precision is increasing, recall, and F1. So, and this is the main thing that I would like to explain. This is the confusion matrix. So whatever the data we have in the testing part, so after that, the model that is correctly predicting answers, and answers are 172 samples, and the model has predicted non-answers, but ultimately that was answers that are the 9. So this 9 and this 12 will be error, will consider as an error, but it is good that model is not overfit to the data whatever we have trained on. So it's kind of a balanced confusion matrix. And after that, we have implemented the model which we get after the third epoch. So this is a reasoning model. So we have used LangChain to call the Grok API. We have used Llama 3.1 model. This is the system prompt that we are getting the classified response. So here that is the text, whatever we are getting from the GPT-2 model, and the prediction of the GPT-2 model. Once we have that with us, we are invoking this reasoning model to generate the reasoning. This is the dashboard interface, how the interface of the dashboard will look like. Here we have to paste our text, or we can upload the text file or if we have with us, and we just have to click on analyze data. So once we click on analyze data, we'll have a multiple kind of insights that I'll show you later. This is how we can track the Langsmith backend. So all these responses that we have tested at the dashboard of this application, we'll get it here in the backend. And if you click on this first input, we'll get the detailed input. What are the prediction of the models? What are the reasoning related to it? text inputted by user, and confidence level of the model. So before jumping onto the conclusion, I would like to share the solution on the application. So this is our application, which is currently live on the Streamlit. Here, as a part of testing, I have pasted a true statement. We can clearly see that the first one is the non-answer and second one is the answer. So we have get insights in the three different phases. First is in tabular form. We are getting as non-answer and answer with 100% confidence level and the reasoning. The second one insight is a detailed insight about each and every one in a different UI format. And the third one is a graphical interface. So we can clearly see that one sample is answer, one is non-answer, and two different confidence level of answer and non-answer. And here, if we suppose have a text file, we can upload it from here, and we can fetch the local data set to upload a transcript. So this is our detailed solution, and this solution is currently live. And as a part of conclusion, we have fine-tuned the classification model, and for reasoning, we are using Llama 3.1. So ultimately, it's a hybrid model, and the inference of the model is working very fast because we don't have to depend on a single model for doing the classification and reasoning. The challenge is, as I told, that the language is too complex, and some kind of misclassification occur during the training. Also, we have faced some kind of limitation of the various models. And in the future work, as I earlier suggested, that we can implement a continuous learning as we have a prepared data set at the back end, and we can improve the data set by a few more number of samples to do the generalization of the model, irrespective of any kind of transcript we have with us. So this is the complete solution, including the solution approach and system architecture. And thank you so much, guys, for the listening and paying your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Utsav. David sir, over to you for your questions or reflections, sir.
This is actually quite beautiful. At a high level, how long it took to develop and implement the system?
Yeah, so starting from we have started with the day one of the implementation. So we four guys are working on it in a distributive manner. So ultimately, it took around like 50 hours of total attention of all the guys. Around 50 hours of attention, yeah.
I see. Tell me, why did you select GPT 2.0? Why not something else?
Yeah, so sir, we have tried with total four different models. So we four guys are working on it. So we tried with the DistillBot model, DeepSeek model, GPT-2 model, and GPT-3 model. But we have a limited amount of GPU resources available with us online. So we have according to the parameters. So this GPT-2 model is around 250 million parameters. So it is the smallest model we can choose to do the classification. Classification ultimately is not a big task. So we trained various models, and we have seen the confidence level of three models parallelly. And from that, we have seen that the GPT-2 model is the classification confidence is very high. So ultimately, it's kind of trial and error. And according to the trial and errors and the backend and all that, suitable integration, we guys have decided to go with GPT-2 model.
Very nice. Very nice. One more question, a little bit different, but related to. Suppose I have multiple answers from your technology and from experts. Is there a way to mix the different answers into a more coherent message? What I mean by this, I have 5 experts, and then your system each give me an answer.
Yes.
How do I select between the different responses?
Yes. So, sir, what the scenario you are talking about, if I correctly remember, it's the reinforcement learning with human feedback. So it's RLHF model that we can definitely integrate in it. And if we have that data set of 5 experts with us, so we can train a model which do the human feedback kind of thing.
Exactly.
So we can separately, yes, sir, we can separately train that model as we called as the RLHF model. So according to that, we can see that integrate in the GPT. So that ultimately can help the GPT-2 model to distinguish well. Yes, sir.
Very nice, very beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
This was, like I said at the beginning, this was quite impressive.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you very much, David sir, and thank you Utsav for the very beautiful presentation. So also thank you to other team members in the finance group, that is Mr. Syed Shahabuddin and Mr. Siddesh Sharma. So thank you once again. Now we are moving to our next presentation. So this is the marketing group. So the group members are Mr. Ayan Sharma, Mr. Parth Kabadi, and Mr. Yogesh Bansa. So now we will make Mr. Ayan Sharma the presenter. Yeah. So Ayan, we can see you.
Hello, good evening. Am I audible to you all?
Yeah, perfect, perfect. We have also made you a presenter. Now you can comments. Yeah,
Yes, sure. Just let me know if my presentation is visible.
very well, very well. Please go
Okay,
ahead. Yeah.
so we are from the team Marketing Alchemists. Me and Sharma, Parth Kabadi, and Yogesh Bansal. We'll be presenting our solution on sarcasm detection for enhanced marketing analytics. So to understand the challenge, our challenge was we were given a data set with labeled data of sarcastic or non-sarcastic. And for that, we tried multiple approaches. First, we started off by using random forest. And we also used XGBoost, but they were not so fruitful. So our objective here was to build a high-performance sarcasm detection model, improve the accuracy, and get the accurate feedback solutions. So what we used was we used Roberta, and how we took that is first we had the data ingestion where we had our data in JSON format. We were able to prepare the data. Then we had the cleaning. Therein we also added some padding, as all the headlines are of different lengths. So we had to add padding. Then we converted tokens using auto tokenizer from Roberta itself. Then we had pre-processed the embeddings, and after that we generated our solution, which was adding our test data set to Roberta model. So here, as you can see, we did a split of 80 and 20. And basically through that, we were able to train our model. Now, how did we take help from a LLM was because we were getting, we were using Google Colab Notebook for our environment where we were generating this model. We had a lot of shortcomings with the resources. So initially, when we tried to run our model on random forest, we got around 84% of accuracy. And similarly, when we tried XGBoost, we got the same. Now, asking LLMs was, how can we make use of different things, like how we asked about Gina embeddings, and can Gina embeddings can help us out, or how can we make our training speeds faster because of the limited resources that we had. So apart from that, we also got to know, like, we can use parameter grid and checking out which basically which combination works out best for us. So that is how we took help from the LLM. Now, in the end, like, what is Roberta, right? So Roberta, basically it's based on BERT, and it's robustly optimized BERT approach. And for us, we found out that this has been trained on a lot of data set, and the applications, as you can see, is sentiment analysis, text classification. So this was the right model that we thought we would go ahead with. Right. So, and yeah, this works better than random forest and XGBoost. So we did our text cleaning, removing of noise and tokenization, then converting them into embeddings. Right. Now we come to model building. So here we use the Roberta base model, and then in the tokenizer we had the auto tokenizer, which is pre-trained by Roberta. And here itself we were converting them into PyTorch tensors because we were using Hugging Face pipeline. So for that we had to convert it, and here we are doing the padding. Then this is where we are doing our training of the model. And once our training for the model was done, we were able to get nearly 94% accuracy. And as you can see, the precision recall F1 score. Now, after this, we were rightly able to classify the headlines that were provided to us in the data set. So the real world application, what it would be in our scenario was that we would be able to classify headlines accurately. This can also help the business or their teams to understand their reputation on social media, and it helps in enhanced sentiment analysis. So if I were to give a brief like how this model is working now, so this is where we have our sarcasm detection, exactly how it is working. And I have pulled some of the headlines from our data set. Now, let me just, so it says leading probability researchers confounded by three co-workers wearing same shirt color on same day. Now, we can understand that this is a sarcastic headline. And when I were to run this cell, it would give us sarcasm detected, right? And similarly, if I were to pick up something which is non-sarcastic, just a second. So we were able to classify that it is a not sarcastic headline. So this was our solution to the problem statement, and that is how we went about it. So happy for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. So, David, sir.
So one question, thank you. One question, what if we just replace the entire process with kata boost? What type
Sorry, wait.
with random forest or kata boost or what
So
would
when we tried random forest, actually thing we found was our data set was not big enough. And then using Roberta as it's pre-trained on millions of data sets on
I see.
Wikipedia books. So when it comes to textual, because initially our approach was that the data is labeled data in zeros and ones. So probably XGBoost or random forest would be able to classify it correctly.
Yes, yes.
But and with the random forest, we were using BERT for tokenization, and we were using bilateral LSTM, right? Bidirectional LSTM. But uh, we did not get the, you know, the fruitful outcome and the accuracy that we wanted.
So what is the end accuracies that you got?
So
You
the
showed it. I
yes,
don't remember.
so the end accuracy that we got was 94%.
Very nice, very nice. And this is on the testing data.
On the
On the testing data, on the test
yes,
data, right?
yes. So we did a 80-20 split, 80 for training and the 20 was for testing.
Very nice, very impressive. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Rafi.
Yeah, thank you, sir, and thank you, Mr. Ryan, and thank you to the other group members, that is Mr. Parth and Mr. Yogesh. So now we will have the third presentation. So this is the presentation by the operations group. So we have in this group we have Mr. Amresh Kumar Misra, Mr. Ritik Sharma, Mr. Muhammad Khaja, and Mr. Mahin Bir Singh. So Mahin Bir Singh will be the representing the operations group. So Mr. Mahin, we will make you the presenter now. Yeah.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Mahin, you can share the PPT as well. Yeah.
Yes. Good morning to this team panel. Today, we are honored to present Visionaries 2025, an AI-driven staff scheduling solution designed for healthy life home care. Our team, Ritik, Monin, Mahin, and Amresh, has developed a system not only automates scheduling but also integrally adapts to the dynamic needs of the healthcare staff scheduling. Today, I'll be presenting you first with the problem overview, then with the constraints and parameters, and then we'll move to the working model. Yeah. So balance. Yeah. So the problem overview was balancing the constraints with operational needs presents a significant challenges. Employees have limitations over the work hours, so mandatory rest periods and basic nutrition requirements were needed. Our solution employs Pulp library for linear programming and defining the constraints and objective to follow in optimization. This ensures scheduling both compliant and efficient. Furthermore, the constraint programming from a AI navigates complexities by defining a set of rules and constraints within our model integrity, generating schedules, and complying with the labor laws and instruction policies. Yeah. So we have primary staff, caregivers, support staff, and nurses. So the Python object-oriented programming features created classes for each staff category, encapsulating roles, attributes, and messages. Physical cleaner code, easier maintenance, and additionally AI-driven optimization techniques to match staff to those appropriate shift, considering the individual skills and certifications, ensuring that each shift is staffed and personnel who expertise aligns with the patient's needs. So Healthy Life Home Care operates continuously within 8-hour shifts, morning, evening, and night shifts. Requires system capable dynamic staff scheduling while meeting the constraints, meeting various constraints. Our implementation leverages Pandas library for enables us handle shift data efficiently. By ensuring our data frames to represent shifts and staff availability, our scheduling algorithm can access and process information accurately. So the major problems were and uh, cost and optimization goals. So the optimization cost for maintaining operational compliance involves managing wages, overtimes, hiring, and firing expenses. Additionally, we must take in account for the variable demand and such as increase in staff needs on weekends. We've integrated NumPy for numerical computation, allowing the model for detect fluctuations and calculate associated cost effectively. Our model function in the pulp model maximizes the total cost, providing a financially optimal staffing plan for the model. So here are the different staff categories. Each staff category has specific compensation structures, including both hourly wages, regular hours, overtime rates, and hiring and firing costs. To manage, we have implemented Pandas by enabling systematic storage and manipulation for compensation information. So here's our model interface. Our scheduling system offers various features for stochastic demand and influence. Our constraints based on fatigue management and detailed output generation. We use Streamlit as a Python library that facilitates creation of a web application. So let's move forward to our mathematical model. So Given solution is mathematical model that minimizes total cost while adhering the constraints such as shift coverage, work hour limits, and rest periods and fatigue management. This is done by leveraging pulp and translating real-world constraints into a solvable linear programming solution. So this is how we've implemented our Python model. Pulp is used for defining and solving the optimization problem. NumPy for numerical operations and demand simulation. Pandas for data handling and manipulation, and Streamlit for building the user interface. So we prepared a model that was not too much up to the mark, but here are some further requirements we are looking to improve in the model. While the current system is robust and recognize opportunity for enhancement, expanding our data set would improve the model's accuracy as we have been given with a very limited data sets. For future developments, we could also incorporate machine learning algorithms to predict staff requirements more accurately to enhance the unforeseen changes. And currently, due to the lesser data set, we were unable to make uh, generate accurate solutions for a higher number of nurses, caregivers, and support staff. Yeah. So I'd move forward to trying out a solution. So yeah, here we have implemented the initial number of constraints and it shows us the total cost of
Mahin, your
optimization.
voice is
Uh,
breaking. Is it possible for you to switch over to some better network?
Or
Or
maybe
maybe
just
you can also
takes
consider
a
switching off the
video out.
video. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, sir.
yeah. Is it good now?
Maybe you can switch off the video. It could make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can continue. Yeah. Mahin, can you hear us? There are some technical issues, so let us wait for a minute.
Hello.
Yes, Mahin. Yeah, you can reshare.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Is it visible, sir?
It is getting whispered. Maybe it may take a few seconds. But yeah.
Is it visible now, sir?
Not yet. Not yet.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So here we have implemented the initial
Mahin, the slides are yet to be visible.
caregivers, initial support staff. Hello,
Now,
sir.
now it is visible. Yeah.
Hello.
Hmm.
Just
Now, please share the slides. Huh?
yeah.
Please share the slides on the platform.
Yes, sir. So
Hmm.
I've implemented the hello. Hello.
Carry on. Carry on.
Yeah. So this is a working model. We've implemented initial caregivers, initial nurses, and initial support staff. It provides us with the staff changes depending on the hired, fired, and total cost. So these constraints were limited to the required number of caregivers, nurses, and support staff. So the cost breakdown is given right here. We've generated heat maps to for better data interpretation. So here's a example of a heat map, and here are the constraints which we were given for the problem. So the daily staff scheduling shows us a graph of how each of the staff category is doing at different times of the day. So here's the detailed data for which we're using. This data is based on assumptions and is not particularly a data not particularly a real data. So we could download this as a csv file by clicking it here, and this is our solution. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mahin. David, sir.
So I have several questions. The first is, given the formulation, the problem description, did you formulate the optimization model, or did you let LLM formulate the optimization model? Who did the formulation of the optimization problem? Can you hear me? Maybe we lost him, Rofin.
Yes, sir. There are connectivity issues.
Yeah. Did you understand? Who did this, just to understand how this
Yeah.
works?
I
I
think
didn't get who did the optimization.
I also believe that the team members have not formulated it from scratch. That's what my understanding is after listening to the presentation. Yeah.
Meaning they did it, or the LLM did it?
LLM, I think LLM has done that.
And so my next question is, that's why I was asking the first. My next question, how do you validate that the formulation is completely correct? Maybe the formulation generate a feasible solution, but it's not correct. Does the question make sense, Rofin?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Because
Understood.
in a complex environment,
Mm.
you need people like Rofin to look at the formulation and see, oh, yes. And remember, I showed an example where I push LLM and it started making mistakes.
Mhm.
So
True, sir.
these are the kind of question I was having in mind to see how automated the process is. And the reason, Rofin and everybody, we are asking this is because so far, I haven't seen that LLM and Gen AI are capable of taking a description and correctly formulating the problem when the problem is complex. When the problem is trivial, it's easy. But when the
Yes.
problem is complex, LLM a lot of time makes mistakes. That's the motivation. So I'm trying to figure out this is not a trivial problem, right?
Yes.
It has a look and feel of real environment. That's why
Correct.
I'm asking who did the formulation and how much help the LLM needed from the team.
True, sir. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Maybe other team members
Correct. 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 Yeah.
are on the session who can answer the question. Guys, don't be shy. This is not a test. This is for all of us to learn. What
Yeah.
are
So
the
the
names?
yeah, other team members are Amresh and Pratik Sharma. So they are currently attendees, so they are not in a position to
I see. They
unmute and
cannot
speak.
say.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Got it.
Correct.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
technical issues. Yeah. 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 Yes, sir.
I understand. But this was interesting presentation, and it will be good maybe after the lecture is from somebody from the team to either put it on the chat or to send Rofin you an email explaining what role human played, what role machine played.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. So we will definitely communicate with the participants.
Okay.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the patient listening and the very valuable inputs and the comments, sir. So now with this, we conclude the case study presentations. Now we switch over to the experience sharing session. So we have Mr. Srinivas, who is from banking sector. So Srinivas, sir, I hope I am audible to you.
Yes, you're audible. I can see my video should be on now, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, perfect, perfect. Yeah. You
Right.
can, yeah, we will make you the presenter, sir, in a moment.
Okay. Let me know if you can see my.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. You can see the screen, correct?
Yes, yes. Application of AI in banking industry.
Banking industry.
Forwarded, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Thanks. I am Srinivas and I was a student of Professor Tiwari long back. So when I graduated in 2002 in a institute called NIFT in Ranchi. After that, I did my PhD from UK in the area of data mining and manufacturing, which I completed in the area 2007. And after that, I've been working in the banking industry for different area, first in UK and now based in Singapore. So I'll just go through, where we are using AI in the banking. And the first, which is always quoted, is the fraud along with the new in the chat, oh sorry, it's typed wrongly, should be chatbot and call centers, where the LLM has found it's the greatest usage in authenticating the customers and also answering some of the simple questions like what is their balances and discussions on any of their transactions. The other applications that are more coming up with LLM and AI has always been there to support on the credit scoring, compliance, process automations, and personalized campaigns. So today, this is one I will not go into. I will give a understanding of one of the case studies where we have applied the AI and in an area which was supposed to be an underserved segments in the bank, in the whole banking industries. So this is called what we call has not been getting much of the loans or credit facilities is the SME banking. SME actually stands for small and medium enterprise, which is up to 100 million Sing dollars, or in Singapore, it's around 100 million in USD. In USA, it's up to 150 crores in India. These companies contribute 30 to 60% of the GDP, and this is throughout the world. Take any countries, this SME will be compute, 30 to 60%. 30% in the area where some industry is not considered, a group of activity is not considered as industry. Like in India, agriculture is not considered industry, and there are lots of people, so the percentage will be lower. But again, the and the amount the people that are employed is 40 to 60% of the people are employed. So in a way, this is socially important, and it's kind of the backbone of the industries. They provide most of the goods to the bigger industries. However, the constraints to this industry is that they don't have access to the formal credits. And it's where I have quoted number 1 in 4 don't have access to the formal credit. This is in the developed countries. Even in developed countries like Singapore, even in US, it is 1 in 6. In some countries, only 10%, 12% can get the credit facilities from the bank. And I think most people do agree that banks give loans to the bigger companies. When it comes to the smaller companies, they are very stingy. They don't allow the loans, don't give them the loans to them. So we decided to, peel further and see they provide a huge amount of GDP. So it's an area that the bank can capture and give out more loans and can put, place for our next place of the growth. So we decided to peel further and see what happens when I'm giving a comparison here, why a big company are able to get a loans very easily while the small company struggles. The big companies, they manage their finances same way as the banks likes it to be them. So they have a very good financial statements. The financial statements are audited. And then there are lots of other people like rating agencies, index funds, the uh, SIPs, the fund managers, they all look into there are lots of newspapers. You have Financial Times. So many of them are tracking each and every action. So we know what is happening, what details it is happening. So, and then they have a proven track record. So it's much easier to grant loans to them. Then they have also sometimes collaterals to pledge against to get the loans. But when you move to the smaller companies, they have insufficient collaterals. The sender maintains their accounts as good as the big companies. So when the banks look at their accounts, we cannot make sure whether is this an expense, is the earning, is it true, how believable it is. So as in when they start looking into, they start giving an haircut. They keep reducing their business volumes, and in the end, they got not much loan from the bank. However, this is the area where if we can implement things, and what we did with the help of the AI, then we can have a new growth and how we can solve these problems so that the general perceptions that the bank only give loans to the big companies can be taken away and the economy can grow at a good rate. Now, what happens with after COVID, especially in ASEAN countries and Asian countries and throughout the world? The push for the digitalizations went higher because people cannot do face-to-face transactions. The invent of the fintechs like the Pay Now or the UPI internet bankings, the spread of mobile banking, digital transactions increases. So all the transactions that goes to a particular company have a digital footprints. These digital footprints, if what we did that, okay, if I have the digital footprints, what the company is doing, we can generate the same level of financial statements that the big companies are able to generate. So we started looking into the financial, all the transactions that happening in a company um, to their company accounts. So whether they are paying for the salary, are they paying for the taxes, are they paying for the customs, are they paying for buying of the goods, are they paying to the logistics, are they paying for the insurance, are they or they're receiving money from the people who from their customers, and what is the trend of it is happening. And once I can start segregating each of their transactions as this is part of their income, this is part of their balance, how to I can get their cash flows. Now all of these things based on the digital transactions, if I can get through, as a bank, we will be able to generate their financial statements based on the transactions. Now, the good part with the SME banking is that most of them bank with one bank, which is their operating account. And this is where we started and started finding out how much they transact. Is their transactions has been increasing? Is there the money credit, that the money coming in, how it is growing over the time? The money that is going out, how it is going down? Are they increase in the salary happening? Are they paying more taxes? Are they paying more customs? Are they spending more money on this one? So this way we can predict how the business is growing. Once we know that the business is growing, then probably the bank has more confidence and they don't need to do a haircut on their balances and it starts giving the loans in the same amount what they're giving to the bigger banks. And this is what we actually did and made up all the statements. And based on this, now I can convert all these what I just said, looking at the credits and the debits and the credits going to who, and amount of digital transactions I can do classify. I can create lots of features. Is the credit increasing? Is the credit decreasing? How is the cash flow changing over the time, which is incoming minus outgoing? How is the balances growing up? Is the balances growing up? What kind of loans this company we can give? Is but is this the company is selling more but not making profit? Then we can provide them, okay, you need some more of the working capital loans. And with these sorts of features, we can start generating the models out of it. And what we did is that we started use this more data and use not exhibit, cat boost models, and we can get a scores. And these scores are in line with what we get for a bigger company like the Moody ratings, the FICO scores. And once we have these scores, we know all what is happening in the transaction scores. We can give them the loans and then serve this unserved segments and can move and help the economy financials movement fast. We can also use the same thing to track the customers. Oh, we see like what we did is, oh, we see that you started hiring more people, which means the business is growing. Do you need any help to move to the other locations, to the other countries, to the other cities? And then since we have the branches, we will help you with the setup of this. With this kind of setups, we are started working close with these banks and giving them more loans and help them to the grow. So this whole idea of what we used here, in a way, the problem has existed for long, but with the advent of the digital transactions and the AI technology, we can reach out to the customers at a very low cost. We don't need lots and lots of RMs to talk to them separately. All these models will churn out, okay, this month I can target these customers, and then we can go ahead and move along with it. Uh, and then this just helps to move in the area where we can give grant loans to the smaller business segment. I think that's all for my presentations. Any questions?
Thank you, sir, for that detailed presentation on applications of AI in banking sector and the unique challenges. David, sir, over to you for your reflections or questions, if any.
Thank you. Very nice presentation. Um, Give us a little bit of insight about the process and about the quality of the data, uh, and how do you apply this in an environment that never had this kind of technology before?
Okay, so let's talk on the data and with the transactions. So sometimes on the transactions, the biggest challenge what we had was people spending money on cash. So those people who spends on cash, actually, I don't know. So
Yes.
if they, for the cases that it forms the bulk, we had to exclude those cases. The second challenge with the data is where only the transaction they write by check. So we also don't know. So these were the way we could not help much. The third challenge is the naming when people write on the name. So sometimes then is the name is the person or is the company. It sometimes becomes a challenge. Like I trying to find out simple examples like Sony or Honda. it can be the name or is the name of the company. Sometimes it becomes harder to classify. So for there, we try to build SVM models, which works with 95% accuracy. So we are still happy with it to get this things going. So the way the the idea of using more and more digital transactions and having to do transactions more digitally, which is more in the younger business group. If the company is managed by the younger people, we see more and more of these things
I see.
where they start writing details on it. So the once the detail is written out, we cannot. Also, the big other challenge is the which electricity company. You have to find out the list of the whole electricity company, do a match within the names. Is the names matching? So names matching, we still try with some fuzzy match, but not 100% good. So I won't say that we have been able to do full translate to into the financial statements, but we are able to do 70% of the transactions if they're doing digital correctly, and then we can best we are still basing from it, knowing that if the customer is balances is growing, the people running the management, their financials are okay, then we take it, that okay, the risk with these customers are lower.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Srinivas sir and David sir. So David sir, our earlier participant who got disconnected because of the technical issue on the last presentation, he has entered one comment. I'll just read it out, sir, as a response to your queries. So yes, the model might give a feasible solution, but that doesn't always mean it is correct in the real world sense. It may miss things like strict availability, overtime limits, or realistic hiring or firing behavior. We will need to fine tune the constraints and objective function to make sure the solution is not just valid, but actually meaningful and practical.
Very nice. Very nice. This explanation, Rofin, is consistent with some of our discussion and some of my experience. Great.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Sir, now the experience sharing part is also over. And now, as a representative of our students or participants, we have selected two participants. So for feedback, so direct feedback. So the first participant who volunteered to give this feedback is Miss Ekta Maurya. So she is a senior market analyst of FX Street SLU. So I request Miss Ekta to give a feedback about the course. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So my feedback is as follows. I have truly enjoyed investing my time over the weekends and learning alongside the participants. And thank you, Professor David. The course was very informative, practical, and the blended approach specifically, which involved the technical side of Gen AI and then applied it to the real world business applications was the most rewarding aspect. Business decisions, so far in my experience, I've got to see that they are typically driven by data prepared by analysts and data scientists. So I did not have an experience seeing an application specifically in supply chain and the kind of case studies that we did where the firm would have a large volume of SKUs, but maybe by human limits, it would be limited and there would be very little scope for them to implement things like dynamic pricing or decision modeling. And this we learned through the case studies like Groupon and Rulala, which was very informative in a step-by-step manner. The course added to my understanding of statistical models and how Gen AI can help scale and apply business decision making in business strategies. The case studies shed light on clustering techniques. That was my favorite part of the course. And it touched upon several topics in Gen AI application at a time when there is a limited availability of books or in general any kind of resources to learn about the practical concepts. It's adding value to the industry practitioners. And thank you, David sir. Thank you, Manoj sir, and I'm Mumbai for delivering a truly intuitive, transformative, and very power packed course. I'm sure that the rest of the participants share my feelings when I say that it's been a very good use of my time and a great experience. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Ekta, for your kind feedback. Yeah, thank you very much, David sir. Yeah, yes, yes. Uh, Next, we have Miss Nainika Singh. She's an analyst at American Express. So we request Ms. Nainika to express her feedback. Yeah.
Sure. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I would actually like to begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude towards Professor David Limchi, who took out his precious time from his very busy schedule, I'm sure of, to come and teach us and share his experiences with us. He has exceptional expertise, and we got to know that through these sessions. I would also like to thank Mr. Manoj Tiwari, IIM Mumbai and Masai School, for providing us with this remarkable learning opportunity. I would just like to say that the course was truly enriching. It was an amazing experience. With each day, we were introduced to new perspectives, insights, topics, and a totally different way to deal with, very real, very honest problems. So I think that is the best part, and it has truly sparked a curiosity in me. And curiosity is the fuel of knowledge. So I'm sure this will push me to gain more knowledge about the topics that we discussed throughout these sessions. Apart from, of course, Sir David Limchi sir's vast knowledge and extremely engaging sessions. There was one thing which really stuck with me were the knowledge sharing sessions. They were outstanding. Kudos to all the presenters. So job well done, guys. Like, they truly embodied the belief of intellectual exploration, and that is something that I want to inculcate more into my life. So it was amazing. Sir's sessions were good, too good, and the knowledge sharing sessions were also very good. So, and I'm really excited for the future. I'm excited to apply these insights and on the knowledge that I've gained through these sessions to my future endeavors. And thank you once again to everybody on the panel who has made this such a smooth, such a good experience. And a special shout out to Amit sir, who really helped me through my presentation, and also for this feedback session. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. And I would like to end by saying that every end has a new beginning, and I'm sure that this course will be my new beginning. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Ms. Nainika, for your kind feedback. We are extremely happy to know that we could bring the expertise of David sir and Tiwari sir to you through our efforts. Thank you very much. So now, dear participants, so with this, we end with the first part of this today's session. So we will have a, 10 minutes break. After that, we will start the formal valedictory function. That will be the last part of this course. Request all of you to join after having this 10 minutes break. Thank you very much.
Hi, Rofin, everyone.
Welcome back, sir. Sir, we'll be able to commence in another 4 to 5 minutes, sir. Yeah.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank you,
here.
sir. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Professor David?
Yes.
Namaskar.
Yes. Hello.
Hello, sir. Namaskar. Professor David.
Yes.
Manoj
Yes.
Tiwari, this side.
Yes. Nice to see you. Nice to
Nice.
see everybody.
Thank you, sir. And Dattaji, yeah, unmute yourself. Dattaji.
Yes, thank you, sir. Namaskar.
Namaskar, sir. We have Professor David and sir, Mr. Abhijit Dattaji from Accenture. He's the managing director of the Accenture from India side, sir. So, David?
Say it again.
I'm saying that Mr. Abhijit Datta is the managing director of Accenture from India side.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm familiar.
Thank you, Professor David.
Yes. Nice to see you again.
So, Professor David, with your permission, we can start. Perhaps Ashwin Mittal may join later answer. Huh? Okay, sir?
Yeah, let's please.
Okay. Yeah.
So with your kind permission, we are going to start. Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to the valedictory ceremony of Global Online Certification course on Generative AI for Data-Driven Business Decision Making 2025. On behalf of Indian Institute of Management, Mumbai, I, Dr. Roslyn Sahu, currently working as an assistant professor at IIM Mumbai in the area of operations and supply chain management, extend my heartfelt gratitude to all dignitaries, faculty members, program collaborators, and most importantly, our enthusiastic course participants for joining us on this special occasion. Today, we celebrate the successful culmination of a transformating learning journey, one that has brought together business leaders, technology experts, and lifelong learners from across industries to explore the potential of generative AI in reshaping data-driven decision making. We are immensely honored to have with us Shri Ashwini Mittalji, Executive Chairman of C5I, as our chief guest, Shri Abhijit Datta, Managing Director at Accenture, as our guest of honor, Mr. Manish Upadhyay, Consultant and CEO of NSTC, our upscaling partner, Mr. Prateek Shukla, Co-founder and CEO of Masai School, as our EdTech partner. We thank everyone for the overwhelming response to this course. Without further ado, I would now like to call Professor Amit Das, one of our course coordinators, to give a brief about our institute, the course, and its participant statistics. Over to you, Professor Amit.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Rosalind. Let us first share our screen. We have some PPT to share with you. Yeah. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to the valedictory ceremony of this transformative course. We are thrilled to have all of you here as we are about to complete this exciting journey together. Today marks the completion of this enriching experience that promises to equip you with valuable knowledge and skill set, empowering you to make a significant impact in your respective fields. May this be beginning of this transformative and rewarding educational journey for each one of us. Now, let me give you the brief about IIM Mumbai. IIM Mumbai, previously known as NITI, was established by the Government of India in 1963 with the assistance of the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, and International Labour Organization, ILO. It is ranked 6th in the NIRF ranking among top management institutes across India. IIM Mumbai is committed to creating skilled professionals in diverse functional areas like operations and supply chain management, analytics, finance, marketing, project management, HR, information technology, and sustainability management. IIM Mumbai, under the dynamic leadership of Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari, has become the nodal hub for capacity building in logistics and supply chain management to promote the PM Gati Shakti Master Plan. IIM Mumbai students have regular interactions and sessions with the industry leaders and leading researchers, especially in the domain of supply chain and operation management. Now coming to about the course, following the phenomenal success of previous global online certification courses, IIM Mumbai proudly introduced this course on generative AI for data-driven business decision-making 2025. Over the last 16 weeks, this course covered key machine learning and optimization techniques, including regression models, classification methods, ensemble learning, clustering, and integer programming. It also explored advanced topics like KNN, GenAI, and some practical demonstrations using the software Excel Miner. Through real-world case studies, this course equipped professionals with practical strategies for building agile, high-performing supply chains. We have also delved into the case discussions like on retail, CPG, high-tech, online fashion retailer, Rulala, etc. As we navigated this course together, now you are all well capable of solving real-world problems and approaches to achieving sustainability by balancing efficiency with carbon footprint reduction. Now coming to the about course instructor. Introducing our course instructor, Professor David Cinchilevi, who is a global authority in supply chain and data analytics and the director of data science lab at MIT, USA. He is the recipient of the prestigious Informs Impact Prize 2020 for his work on supply chain resilience. His book, Designing and Managing the Supply Chain, is the staple across these schools for their supply chain management courses. Professor Manoj Tiwari, he himself a stalwart in the operation and supply chain management domain, with having over 340 plus publications in reputed international journals. He was awarded the prestigious David F. Baker Distinguished Research Award from the Institute of Industrial and System Engineers, IISE, and he has been rated second among the many researchers working in this domain of logistic and supply chain management in India. Now about the success of these different GOC courses. So IIM Mumbai has successfully completed global online certification courses in diverse fields like supply chain digitization and management, end-to-end supply chain transformation through digitization, and business and operational analytics, and many more. The course received an overwhelming response with more than 23,000 individuals from reputed national and international organizations. Some prominent academic institutions like IITs, IIMs, IIFT, University of London, University of Warwick, and some eminent organizations include Micron, Accenture, HPCL, Cipla, HUL, PNG, GE, ITC, Amul, Deloitte, General Mills, IBM, Titan, Reliance, PwC, and many more. Regarding this project GenAI course, it includes more than 120 plus industry professionals, 100 plus academicians, and 300 plus students, creating a very rich and collaborative learning environment. Some of the organizations which are part of this course are like Micron, Tata Steel, Accenture, Cipla, Wipro, and there are many more. We have also received overwhelming participation from educational institutes like IIM Bangalore, IIM Lucknow, IFWL, MBI Gurgaon, IIM Ceylon, and other prominent institutes from all over the world. This course is an initiative to accelerate the adoption of PM Gati Shakti scheme, our national master plan, which has been conceived by our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi. This plan aims at making India a developed nation in the next 25 years by improving its logistical capability. It is essentially a digital platform that brings 16 union ministries together, including the Ministry of Road, Transport and Highways, for integrated planning, coordination, and implementation of infrastructure connectivity projects for comprehensive and inclusive socio-economic progress in different parts of the country. So we appreciate your involvement. Thank you very much for sparing the valuable time for this session. Thank you very much. Over to you, Professor Rosalind.
Thank you, Professor Amit, for that comprehensive overview. As a part of our course, we encouraged our learned participants for a case study competition, basically in three major areas like finance, marketing, operations, and supply chain management. Now I would like to invite one of our course coordinator, Professor Roffen, to shed some light over these case details.
Thank you, Professor Rosalind, and good evening to all the participants and esteemed guests. So I am very pleased to inform you that this is the 15th global online course that we are conducting with Professor David Simsilevi under the leadership of our respected director, Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari. And this time we have brought in a variation, very interesting case study competition among all the participants. So we conducted this case study competition in two phases. In the first phase, we have conducted a screening, and after that, we have selected the students or participants who were screened. And the case studies were designed in three areas. So, one is in the finance area, second is in the marketing area, and third is in the operations area. So, and the participants were encouraged to apply the state of the art of LLM models and the very advanced models like BERT or any other very the latest of the models for solving this case studies. And specifically in the finance area, the AI-powered financial text analysis was the broad area. So usually the companies will conduct the earnings conferences, and in this earning conferences, what used to happen is the senior leaders they will give their kind of perspectives on the company's financial health and performance. So sometimes this the inputs of this leaders could be a little bit ambiguous or vague. So it is very difficult for the investors to assess the financial health of the company. So this non-answer is what we are calling this the ambiguous answers of this leaders as. So this non-answer detection is a very critical aspect of investment. So how to kind of apply the AI algorithms for the financial text analysis was the focus of the finance case. And the second case study, or it was in the area of marketing. So it was about the sarcasm detection. Maybe if we have seen the reviews in the e-commerce websites, we will find some of the see review comments as sarcastic. So when we are doing maybe a natural language processing based text analysis, it is very difficult to distinguish between a genuine review as well as a sarcastic review. So the case study, the essence of the case study was to identify whether the review comment is a sarcastic comment or not by with the help of LLM models or the very latest C generative AI models. And the third case study, which was in the area of C operations, was about staff scheduling optimization for a home care facility with dynamic demand. As all of you know, staff scheduling is a very critical challenge for any service facility and especially for the healthcare service providers. So the third case study was having the complexity which warranted some latest LLM based models or LLM based optimizers to come up with a solution that will also minimize the cost and ensure a service level, and also in the under the stochastic demand kind of a condition. So this is the kind of an overview of the three case studies. So we are very happy that the participants very enthusiastically participated in all these case studies. And today, as all of you have seen, we had that wonderful presentations from the participants. We are very happy with this. So with this, I conclude and over to Professor Rosa. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Professor Roffin, for the comprehensive case overview. It is now my privilege to invite the visionary behind this complete initiative of global online certification courses, that is our director, sir, Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari, to deliver the welcome address. Professor Tiwari is currently as the director of IIM Mumbai and additionally serving as the vice chancellor of Tata Institute of Social Sciences. He is a higher academic grade professor from the Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering at IIT Kharagpur, currently on leave. He has been awarded the prestigious David F. Baker Distinguished Research Award from the Institute of Industrial and System Engineers. He is the first ever researcher and professional based in India to receive this award. He has published more than 350 papers in reputed international journals and is also the recipient of Most Influential Researcher Award in the domain of operations and supply chain management. It is under his visionary leadership that this course was conceptualized and brought to life. Director sir, we now invite you to shed some light on this gathering, on this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rosaline, and it is my privilege to welcome all the dignitaries who are part of this course today. First of all, today we have among us Ashwini Mittalji, and who is one of the leading industrialists, and he has one of the wonderful company that deals with the AI applications, and name is C55, and he is the executive chairman of the company. And Ashwin Mittalji is very closely connected with us now because he has sponsored. We are going to have a center on his name here in the IIM Mumbai, and very generously he donated an amount of 4.5 crore rupees for pursuing the different kind of AI applications research in the different domains of business, particularly all finance, marketing, HR, as well as project management, different areas. And we are really, from bottom of our heart, we want to recognize the encouragement which our chief guest of the function today, Sri Ashwini Mittalji, has been helping IIM Mumbai in many ways. And very soon, sir, we promise you that within 1.5 months, we invite you again to have your center here in our campus. And as all we know, that Professor David is one of my friends has last so many years, and it is the 15th course we are running together. And more than 25,000 professionals we have trained on the different aspects of data-driven supply chain to AI application, now to generative AI and its role in the different segments, particularly both sides we are targeting, because we have seen that the huge logistic cost in India was creating problem. Still, it is a problem, but considerably it reduced to level, and it should go to more also up to 8% level, which government of India is trying to different capacity building programs. And we are also one of the partner in helping to have better capacity building program to reduce the logistic cost. But it is not only logistic, it is the other domain also where there is massive applications of the AI, generative AI, and agentic AI kind of applications are visible. So, Professor David, as my trusted friend and renowned scholar of the world in the domain of data science as well as its application in the logistics and supply chain, is don't require any introduction from my side. But let me tell you some of the very salient features of Professor David. He is one leading scholar in the world who has 6 years continuously being led the one of the most prestigious and toughest journal to publish management science as editor in chief. He is also one of the fellow of in this vertical we call that like in India now we have INAs. Similarly, there is in America also the American National American Society of Engineering, and which Professor David is a fellow and very recognized and very, very prestigious fellowship which has gone to him. And similarly, I can say that you can refer him as one of the most influential logistic expert and supply chain professionals and dealing with the different companies. And we have seen his articles and learned many things that he publishes from the in top journals like Management Science, Operations Research, Knowledge Research, Logistics, and many more actually. So he has two facets. One is a top-notch scholar who is deeply involved in developing the tools, methods, algorithms, testing it. And the second thing is involved with him is that he very simplify it and use it to show the result to the companies. And one such case study of Professor David, he recently came into the Harvard Business Review. The question is that why I have chosen, along with Professor David, the title like generative AI. Generative AI is chosen because of current looking after its potential, because this is one area which is moving so fast that very difficult to predict that why it is it's a cycle curve, no? You can say learning curve and cycle curve of development is so actually fast that everyone is surprised that within a span of 2 years, how much the attention chat GPT has received. So it requires different treatment in different fields. So as you see that when we talk about the generative AI, then I think we all know that in every field, like finance, like say marketing, like say project management, logistics, supply chain, yeah, there are one particular component of it we call it large language models, which is nothing but some sort of the tools, no, which are like say transformer like architectures, and They include the self-attention mechanism to capture dependencies in the text over long expressions, and it has capability to take multimodal data also. And Professor David has nicely explained what is large language models in this course. So we thought that now there is a huge demand of building large language models for different functionalities in the domains, like say if you talk in the finance, then say large language model for portfolio management, for credit risk, for assessing the other performance measures, risk analysis. Similarly, in marketing also we have the LLMs to assist the content generation, personalized advertising, customer sentiment analysis. In portfolio management, they are using for support portfolio analysis by predicting trends, automating the investment insights, optimizing the asset allocation, etc. So, because of these reasons, we have chosen. And also, I was motivated by the Professor David's case study, which resulted in the how generative AI improves supply chain management. And when I saw this article, then really I thought about that. Why not such kind of studies also we should cover to our industry professionals and learners who want to go deep into this. So here he has given in detail that how the smarter, faster, and more resilient decision making can lead to better improvements and simplification of the process supply chain, particularly where they want that to forecasting, inventory optimization, and disruption management by analyzing the vast amount of data which are not in one form but in many forms, and it allows organization to model the variety of outcome quickly, identifying the optimal actions and improve service levels and cutting the different cost actually. So keeping such in mind, the course content which has been developed for week-long things, they were like, say, first we have developed, discussed the business analytics, what is the generative AI, chat GPT, etc. Then basics like linear regression and Excel minor applications were demonstrated. In other weeks, like ensemble methods and K-means clustering, convolutional neural network, and then how the linear programming models, etc., were working, particularly how the generative AI for demand planning and price optimizations, and of course, the prediction and dynamic pricing, one of the other thing that Professor David has demonstrated. So, like this, there was a comprehensive mix of both, and that way, actually, things have moved in the course. And I have seen that in this particular setup, we have Abhi Dattaji, who is our distinguished alumnus, and he is also one of the key motivators for us to take up different kind of skill building courses in the advanced area. And Dattaji is leading industry leader, particularly his record is that he very early senses the effect of incoming tools, and he's very keen to see that how this can be applied into the real world situations. So I'm thankful to Ashwini Mittalji, Datta Sahab, and our best friend David, who is really helping us to come out with newer ideas. And as you can see that we have aligned ourselves with one of the key agency that has taken a place to improve the skill sets of many youth and make them fully fit for industry ready is the NSTC. And it's a very key partner of us. And Mr. Manish Upadhyay ji is here, whom we regard and respect in many ways, and he is the person who linked us with the several new edutech partners and also promoting it in a very noble way so that our course reaches to large number of participants. As you have seen this time, record I think 750 participants from different ways, and also our own MBA students have joined this program. And Pratik Sukla, who is one of the EduTech partner with the Masai schools. He has led the whole campaign, and of course, our team is there to build up the different kind of quizzes and questions. So, sir, accordingly, sir, we have gone through that. I'm just cutting short my briefings. Now, I think enough from my side, and once again, from core of my heart, I pay my respect to Mr. Abhi Dattaji, our chief guest Ashwini Mittalji, and my best friend, who is regarded as one of the key scholar in the world with respect to the newer tools and data science like AI tools and generative AI, and of course traditional models of what Professor David Simchi-Levy. And Manish ji, thank you very much for coming and helping us in big way by linking with the large set of the EduTech partners. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Sir, for your inspiring and encouraging words. Now, with great pleasure, we are honored to welcome our lead instructor, Professor David Simchi-Levy, Director of Data Science Lab at MIT, USA, and former Editor-in-Chief of Management Science and Operation Research, two flagship journals of Informs. A globally renowned expert in supply chain analytics and decision science, Professor Simchi-Levy is the founder of Logic Tools, now part of IBM, and co-founder of OPS Rule and Analytics, now a part of Accenture. In 2023, he was elected a member of the National Academy of Engineering for his pioneering contribution, which was already mentioned by our director, sir, today also. This course marks his 15th collaboration with IIM Mumbai, following the success of 14th global online certification courses in supply chain management and data analytics. The GOC programs have attracted over 22,000 participants from 18 plus different countries, with nearly 16,000 participants taught by Professor Simchi-Levy himself. Sir, it is an honor to have you with us today. We invite you to share your thoughts. Sir, please.
Thank you for inviting me. Welcome everybody, participants, faculty organizers, honorable guests, and especially my dear friend for many years, Professor Tiwari. Not only I have been connecting with Professor Tiwari, but also with his family. So I feel this is beyond professional relationship. Going to the class, to the course, the timing of this course is so important. Just think about what we have seen over the last 2 to 3 months with significant geopolitical instabilities, with a lot of significant trade uncertainties, labor shortages everywhere because of what happened during the pandemic, with people departing the workforce, significant increase in the cost of energy, material, transportation, are forcing companies to focus on multiple challenges. The first is all about efficiency. I want to identify ways to cut costs and increase the efficiency of my business. The second is what has happened just over the last few weeks. I want to invest in resiliency so that I can respond to whatever is happening right now and disrupt my business. In particular, I would like to develop tariff resilient business strategy. And the last one is I need to automate processes because we need to do more with fewer people. The problem, as I discussed during the class, and as was highlighted in the last few weeks, these are typically conflicting objectives. You can't increase resiliency without investing in your business. And investing in the business, increasing redundancy, increasing inventory is costly. The only way to achieve and improve on these performance measures, on these objectives, is by using data analytics and automation, using data analytics and the ability to automate processes. And we in this class focus on 3 types of analytics: predictive, the use of AI and machine learning; prescriptive, the use of optimization; and generative, the ability to use large language models to automate processes. And this is new, this is recent, this is very surprising because large language models were developed to generate text that has the look and feel of text generated by human. We showed in this training how to use it to make better decisions. I was very impressed by the 3 case studies, Professor Tiwari and everybody else, that I have seen today. They show how we can take advantage of these 3 capabilities and improve decision making in finance, in marketing, in operations. So this is not just supply chain and logistic exercise. And on a more personal note, I will say that reviewing the background of the participant in this class, reviewing the variety of professionals that participate in this course, I'm very encouraged to see that in India, there is a lot of opportunity to take advantage of this, especially because of what's happening between the US and China. This is not a political statement. This is a fact. And because of this, and because of the technical background that people have, because of the investment that the Indian government is making, and because of the ability to communicate effectively, India businesses and professionals have an opportunity to emerge as a major force in IT, data analytics, business processes, and hopefully make global impact on our work. Thank you so much, Professor Tiwari, for inviting me for this class. I enjoyed this experience very much, and I was encouraged by seeing that not only we can illustrate case studies, but the participants have communicated powerful and impactful uh, 3 case studies in this class. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor David, for your ever enlightening words and for continuing to inspire learners globally. And we feel proud that we are part of this big family where we have such learned professors in our family. Thank you, sir. Next, we are proud to collaborate with the National Skill Development Corporation (NSTC) for this course, marking this the first successful partnership between NSTC and IIM Mumbai. NSTC plays a crucial role in empowering India's workforce through skill development, aligning education with industry needs to drive economic growth. It is our privilege to welcome Mr. Manish Upadhyay, consultant and CEO of NSTC and co-founder of Liquid and Org Traveler. With his vast experience in edtech, skill development, and digital learning, he has been instrumental in shaping India's skilling ecosystem. Mr. Upadhyay, we now invite you to share your thoughts, please. Sir, you are not audible. Mr. Manish? No, we can't hear you, Mr. Manish. Sir, I think you can remove the earphone and use the speaker instead.
Audible now?
Yes, yes,
No,
sir.
Sorry about this. First of all, congratulations to all the participants who have gone through this 6 weeks program. I think this is a very unique program that at least NSDC has been part of. And I would specially thank Director Sir, Professor David, and the entire faculty members of IIM Mumbai, apart from our EdTech partner Masai School, for realizing this. And this is truly a new beginning for National Skill Development Corporation, where we, professors of global repute are also joining the program, helping skill the youth of India. So that's the agenda that we drive. I would request all participants to quickly write one key outcome or insight that you got out of this program in the chat window, so that all of us get a sense. What is one major outcome or insight you have got through this program. Just write in the chat window, take 30 seconds. Okay, inspiring, being a software engineer to get Gen AI. Okay, real life examples, practical application of Gen AI, use of Gen AI in my teaching. So we have a faculty who's mentioned that new perspective to problem, practical use, practical teaching, eye-opening use of AI, inspiring, great, upcoming opportunities, practical use. I'm so happy to see the outcomes are pouring from everyone, and I request you to mull over it and see what you have learned through this program, how you can use it in your day-to-day jobs, business opportunities, teaching what you may have. I think a lot of insights. Gold mine for startup minds is also another thing that person has wrote. So I would not take much time because there are panelists waiting for speaking, and I would also love to hear from everyone. But I think one of the things that all of us need to remember is the most powerful decisions are made when technology and human intelligence work hand in hand. So Gen AI can guide us with data and insights, but it is our creativity, critical thinking, and empathy that will also help drive transformational results. So keep that in mind and look at this program from that perspective, that this should not be the only criteria to drive decision making, especially for business leaders and everyone. I once again thank everyone, IM team, Mosai School, Professor David, for making this happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Upadhyay, for your insightful address and support throughout this journey. We're really delighted to be partnering with you, sir.
Thank you.
We are also thankful to Mr. Pratik Shukla, co-founder of Masai School, our EdTech partner for this program, being accessible to everyone. Unfortunately, he could not join us today because of his busy schedule. Moving ahead, we are privileged to welcome Shri Abhijit Datta, who is with us today, who is the Managing Director at Accenture, as our esteemed guest of honor for today's valedictory ceremony. Mr. Datta is a distinguished industry leader with a remarkable track record of driving large-scale business transformations by seamlessly integrating strategy, process excellence, and modern technology. At Accenture, he leads engagements that help clients reimagine their future and unlock the full potential of digital innovation across diverse sectors. With over 2 decades of experience spanning consumer goods, retail, and automotive domains, he brings a wealth of practical insight and visionary thinking. Prior to Accenture, Mr. Datta held leadership positions at Capgemini, IBM, Wipro, and Marico, where he played a key role in strategic transformation initiatives across global markets. An alumnus of IIM Mumbai, and we really feel proud in saying that Mr. Datta exemplifies the fusion of academic excellence and professional accomplishment. He is widely respected for his ability to align people, processes, and technology in pursuit of impactful future-ready solutions. So we warmly invite you to share your valuable insights.
Thank you, Rosaline, and thank you, everybody. I'm absolutely delighted to be here with you all. Also, this topic is so close to my heart, and in fact, as Professor David and Dr. Tiwari was elucidating too, I mean, it's ultimately business cannot thrive without technology, and what you have gone through this course is only a glimpse of what potential it can and unfurl for you. So having said that, I mean, and with the uncertain times that we have currently today, we probably are looking at an era where we're not just talking about automation, we are talking about autonomous agents taking over jobs that typically human being does. Yeah, which are we are moving into an era of autonomous agents, and agentic AI is one form or the other, but I think the foundation lies in data, AI, and analytics. And as we know today, we are generating data on the fly. So by the time I finish my speech, probably Facebook would have loaded it umpteen number of pages. TikTok would have sent so many messages. WhatsApp would have exchanged so many messages by the time I've finished this sentence. And that's the power of data that's getting generated. And it is becoming humanly impossible to kind of traverse through the immense data that's getting generated over a period of time. And that's why you see the advent of from data to big data to AI, ML, and now we are talking of agentic AI. And in very soon, we're going to talking about autonomous agents, which are going to replace human beings in many of the jobs that we do today. But will the jobs be gone away? Absolutely not. We have seen computerization in the past. All that has happened is basically the skills have got shifted. That means human being is such a wonderful race that it evolves over time, and that's why I have absolute faith in the fact that human beings will obviously still be doing things that the agentic AIs will not be doing. And therefore, I'll just take a moment to share one example from Accenture, which we are doing right now, and something that I'm driving. And hopefully you will be able to see my screen. Let me know when you see my screen. Just anybody, can you confirm whether you see?
Yeah, we can see you. We can see your
So
screen.
I'm just putting up a use case, and this is something that's close to the industry that I belong to, which is CPG and retail. And we have something called a trade promotion, and a lot of money is spent in trade promotions to ultimately impact the top line as well as the bottom line. And what you would see on the screen is nothing but the activities that a typical human being, the salesman, the retailer, the CPG companies, etc., do today, more or less 80% manual, 20% to some degree of automation, data, AI here. But what we are trying to do here is mimic those activities and bring in agents, which is agentic AI. And each of these roles that you see is nothing but an agent behind it. And each agent is performing its role based on its input, based on the data it parses, and the output it passes on to the next agent. So it's basically a connected group of agents working together to make trade promotions effective and giving the best ROI for the business. And this is something that we are driving through something what we are calling as the AI refinery. It's a trademark that we kind of evolved along with NVIDIA, and of course we are open to basically working with multiple other providers, but we have just started on this journey, and very soon you're going to see such kind of use cases being taken to every industry, whether it's clinical trials, whether it's the retailer collaboration, whether it's the supply chain efficiency. Everything will be taken over by agentic AI at some point of time in the future, obviously. And remember, human beings will not be left out. We call it the human being in the loop. And that's why at every point of time there is a override that happens with human being interventions. But what you are essentially saying is that human beings will do what they are best at, making the right decisions and leaving the mundane tasks of big data analysis and inferences and most of the decision makings to the agents. And that's what it is. And this is what it is. And therefore I will probably end my speech here, talking going back to what we are talking about in terms of what it means for the participants. The participants have just seen the tip of the iceberg, and it is now for you to take it to the business that you all belong to the use cases that you want to apply it to, because that is a reality that's going to hit your business very soon. And whether it's supply chain, whether it's finance, whether it's fraud detection, whether it's clinical trials, everywhere you will find the usage edge, because it's the data economy now, and data is the new oil for tomorrow. And I thank Professor Tiwari for envisioning this program, because it is taking the education to the wider generation and to the right place where it belongs, because that's where we will make transformation happen. And India is definitely poised to make it happen, and especially in the context what Professor David just talked about, what is happening in the world between India, US and China. It feels like two elephants are fighting, and every country at the other end is like the grass where the elephants are fighting. And we need to be kind of now gear up for the resilient economy. And resilient economy cannot happen until and unless we gear up for such change agents that are going to hit us very soon. The sooner we adopt, the sooner we're going to become the leaders in the economy. So, Professor David, thank you for conceptualizing this. And I know sitting in far away and making this happen, it's not easy, but thank you very much for helping in the participants to take this to the next level. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Datta, for your thought-provoking and visionary address. And now it is my distinct honor and immense pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Sri Ashwin Mittal, Executive Chairman of C5I. Mr. Mittal is a visionary leader who has dedicated his career to amplifying human potential and driving accelerated impact through the seamless integration of human and machine intelligence. At C5I, he is responsible for spearheading long-term strategic direction, innovation in AI, mergers and acquisitions, corporate social responsibility, and brand stewardship. An early pioneer in the field of analytics and artificial intelligence, Mr. Mittal was among the first leaders in the industry to establish a dedicated AI R&D lab back in 2017. Under his leadership, C5I's AI Labs has remained at the cutting edge of generative AI and other transformative technologies, delivering measurable value to clients worldwide. His contributions have been widely recognized. He was recently named one of the 11 foundational AI market leaders in the 100 most influential AI leaders in India 2024 by Analytics India magazine. He has also been featured in the AI Makers 100 list by 3AI in both 2022 and 2023 and has earned accolades including top CEOs of data science service providers 2023, 10 most influential analytics leaders in India 2020, and the Economic Times Promising Entrepreneurs of India in 2016. Beyond his corporate achievements, Mr. Mittal is a founding member of Mumbai Angels, India's first organized angel investment network, and holds advisory roles across several startups and social ventures. He is deeply engaged in CSR initiatives focused on youth and child development. On the academic front, Mr. Mittal holds an MBA from UCLA Anderson School of Management and London Business School, a master's in commerce, and is also qualified chartered accountant. A staunch believer in lifelong learning, he recently completed the owner of President Management program at Harvard Business School. He also served as the founding president of UCLA Anderson Mumbai Alumni Chapter. Sir, it is a true privilege to have you with us today. We now invite you to deliver a chief guest address. Over to you, sir.
Before you invite Mr. Ashwin, just I want to inform to all the participants and dignitaries that Ashwini Mittalji is not only a leading industrialist and champion of AI applications, but he's also one of the great philanthropists. Just because our institute is situated in Bombay and he has strong, love and fond of promoting the institutions in Mumbai, Ashwini ji has contributed us to a center, which is Ashwini Mittal Center of AI Applications in business operations, in business domains. And that center is going to start soon, and we deeply recognize his contribution and facilitation to have such centers in Mumbai. And really, sir, we are lucky to have you here, and we welcome you to give your address for, chief guest address for this program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for the very warm introduction. And thank you, Director Tiwari, for all that you have said. I must add to what you said that one of the reasons I wanted to partner with the Institute is not just because it is based in Mumbai, but it is also because of the phenomenal work the Institute is doing. And, sir, your visionary leadership, which I have had the opportunity to experience. I was having some technical issues earlier, so can you all hear and see me okay? Is it?
Excellent. Very good, sir. You are
Great.
both. You are
Okay.
speaking nicely also and visible nice also. Everything.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Now, so good evening to all of you. Good evening to, again, Director Tiwari, to Dr. Simchi Levy, the distinguished faculties, my fellow guests, Mr. Datta, Mr. Upadhyay, and others, and all the graduates. It's truly a pleasure to be here with all of you today. Congratulations on completing this program on AI and decisions. You all have taken a very important step in building your career and investing in yourself, because you're pursuing a very relevant topic at a very relevant time at a world leading institution with, of course, some of the most wonderful teachers and faculty. And as my co-speaker said, and I will try not to, a lot of the things which they said are absolutely what I would say. And so I will try not to repeat some of the things they said, but I want to add on to that. This is truly a remarkable time for the world of business and for human society. We are seeing a structural shift in how we operate, and AI has moved from the lab to the boardroom. It's data is central to it all. And then layering on top of that use of technologies like generative AI, it's redefining, and as the earlier speaker said, the combination of machines and people, really what we can do together if we put the two together and use both together in the right way. And for all of y'all, as y'all have chosen to learn, I want to add here that these technologies have evolved so fast that today the gap between the novices and the experts is not much.
That's correct.
Matter of fact, there are very few people in the world today who are true experts. In some way, we are all learners. Even I am constantly making sure that I learn. And where we are and how much we learn is a function of our own appetite and curiosity. If you have the determination, you have the curiosity, you can ensure that you keep yourself at the cutting edge and keep evolving. At my organization, C5I, we work with some of the world's leading corporations to apply data and AI to solve complex problems, from optimizing supply chain, predicting customer behavior, optimizing marketing, or generating business insights in real time. Now, generative AI, which has really come of age in the last 3 years, is on top of that augmenting creativity, scaling intelligence, and empowering decision makers at every level. But as I said before, the magic is not just in these powerful technologies, right? It is about the human context and the human domain understanding that we bring and how we marry that together with the machine, right? That is really what causes the magic and really drives the value. When I founded my company C5I more than 20 years ago, there was no talk or recognition of AI technology. Yes, AI as a theoretical discipline has been around for, we all know, more than 70 years, and maybe come of age more in the last 10 years. But I had a deep belief that a scientific approach to data could be used to drive better outcomes and to change the way organizations think and act. And I've seen firsthand that the real differentiator isn't just the algorithms, right? We can build the most powerful algorithms out there, but it is people like you all who can connect the dots, who understand the business and keep asking the why until you get to something meaningful. That's where all of you all come in, right? You all have experience, you all will continue to build your experience, and it is your domain expertise combined with now the new technical skills that you've learned, right, that really positions you very uniquely. You can be the translators, the integrators, and you can be the change makers. So as you move forward, I want to just share with you all 4 thoughts, some thoughts from my end, which I hope will be helpful to all of you. One is focus and fall in love with the problem and not the tool. And you may be using just a simple dashboard, you may be using a large language model, but the real value comes from identifying the right problem, structuring it effectively. When you structure a problem, you need to be clear what are the constraints, what are the variables, what are you trying to solve and optimize, and then apply science on it. The second is really change management. Yes, at the heart of AI is data, right? You have to be able to harness data as a tool, not just as a tool, I would say, but as a core asset. But we've seen when we work with some of the world's largest organizations that the number one challenge in driving business impact through AI is changing human behavior. People don't find it easy to change. The technology is already capable of a lot, but companies and organizations are essentially made up of people. And you have to bring them along, you have to re engineer how they work, and you have to figure out the right way, the right combination, as I said before, of human and AI. So the winners will be the organizations who are able to get their people to adopt data-oriented decision making and who get them to believe in AI and use it and to re-engineer their work in their processes and systems. Along with that, I would really request you to lead with context and empathy. The best AI doesn't replace human judgment, it enhances it. There will be people who may not adopt it as fast. There will be people whose jobs will change. Some people, there will be more jobs created, but some people may be temporarily displaced. So, really adopt empathy when you deal with people. And as I said before, be a lifelong student. The pace of innovation is incredible, but curiosity will keep you ahead. And one last point I want to share, which is very, very important, is champion responsible AI. Trust, transparency, fairness, these are the foundations of long-term value. I'm very passionate about solving problems in emerging countries. In India, problems, we have huge challenges around in areas like education, healthcare, agriculture, and I've had a lot of rich discussions with the director. And AI technology can be leveraged to solve these problems at scale and improve quality of life for millions of people that are not as fortunate as all of us. So as you're going to build your careers, I'd really encourage you to think about these areas. And yes, I understand you will be pursuing professional careers in various fields, but if you can contribute to this mission somewhere along the way, in a small or big way, then you will really be, making a difference. So that's all I had. Thank you, friends, and thank you again to IIM Mumbai and to the director for inviting me. This is an exciting time. You all have the tools, the mindset, and the momentum. You can shape not just your career, you can shape your organizations, you can shape industries, and I hope you'll embrace this opportunity with boldness and humility. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your profound and forward-looking words. I thank all our guests for such inspiring and encouraging words. We at IIM Mumbai will continue to add more value to businesses and help them make their presence felt globally. To formally conclude this wonderful evening, I invite our esteemed faculty coordinator, Professor Nikhil Ghag, to deliver the vote of thanks. Sir, please.
Good evening to everyone present here. It is my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks for today's valedictory session of Global Online Course on Generative AI for Data-Driven Business Decision Making. First and foremost, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Sri Ashwin Mittal, for gracing this occasion with your inspiring presence and insightful words. We also immensely thankful to our guest of honor, Sri Abhijit Datta, for sharing your valuable perspectives and encourage all of us to look at generative AI through a strategic and inclusive lenses. A very special thanks for Professor David Sinchilevi, whose thoughts on AI and supply chain has been a guiding light for academic and industry alike. Sir, we are truly honored to have you at your address today. We also extend our sincere thanks to our director, sir, Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari, for his unwavering support, vision, and encouragement in making IIM Mumbai a hub of emerging technologies and academic excellence. Our gratitude also goes to Shri Manish Upadhyay from National Skill Development Corporation. A warm thank to you, sir.
We also thank our collaborator Masai School, Shri Pratik Shuklaji, for supporting this course. We also thank our PR agency for helping us amplifying the reach of this event and ensuring this receive this visibility in diverse. To our incredible faculty group, thank you for your commitment, mentorship. Our student coordinators, your energy, passion, and professionalism are truly commendable. Or we also thank IT support team, social media team of IIM Mumbai, to everyone who had contributed in any way, directly, indirectly. A big thank you from the bottom, from our heart. Let us carry forward the momentum we have built today and continue a journey into a world of generative AI with collaboration, innovation, and purpose. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Professor Nikhil. And it's on behalf of everybody, it's a big thank you to our Guruji, that is in Hindi and that is in English, all that our teachers, Professor David Simchi Levi and Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari, from the core of our heart, and always helping us with culminating this course from end to end and helping us and guiding us through this journey. Thank you so much, sir. And lastly, just a minute. Before we conclude, I kindly request all panelists and guests to turn on their cameras for a group photograph to commemorate this special day. Thank you, everyone. We also take this opportunity to announce our upcoming global certification course titled Modeling and Building Digital Supply Chain Twin Using Any Logistic 2025. And that is starting from 28th April 2025. Registrations are now open, and we encourage you to explore and share the opportunity within your networks. With that, we officially bring the valedictory ceremony to a close. Thank you all once again for your presence, trust, and continued engagement with IIM Mumbai. Wishing you all continued success in your professional journeys. Thank you, everyone, to be with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri Mittalji and Datta Saab and my beloved friend Professor David and Manishji for coming and joining. Sir, David sir, we are going to have many more courses, at least 3 in a year with the NSDC that we have planned, sir. And very soon I will send you the schedule that in a year how we are going to pursue that, sir. Okay? Yes. So, David?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.